Awesome. Hey everyone, welcome to today's class. Just give me a quick second while I give everyone access to talk.
Hello.
Hey everyone, how's everyone doing today?
Hi, how are you? Long time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, bye, baby.
it's good to see all of you.
It's good to see you. You're looking good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I actually got a glass bottle smashed into my face a couple days ago, so
Oh, shit.
compliment that I'm looking better today.
Well, you're still very pretty, so.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And no, I did not get into a bar fight. I'm a stunt woman, and I had to get my
Well,
into a
stunt women's are made for bar fights, right?
That's true. That is in
That
fact.
that sounds like fun. How did you get started doing that?
Yeah, of course. So I got my bachelor's degree in acting for film from the New York Film Academy.
Right,
And
I remember you telling us that.
yeah. And in that school, they actually provided a stunt class. And in that class, the teacher, he ended up being a certified professor with the Society of American Fight Directors. And he took me to the side and he gave me and a couple other students the option to get stunt certified. And then once we got our certification in stunts, I started training at different stunt gyms because the way you get into stunts is much different than the way you get into acting. With acting, there's a whole casting process, you apply to jobs, and it's more like you yourself are represented. But when it comes to stunts, it's not, you cannot apply to any jobs, there's no casting processes. The way it works is you start training at stunt gyms and you get to know everyone there, and then you build a good reputation because the way that stunt jobs are given out, it's, let's say there's a movie, the movie comes out and then they hire everything they need, they hire the producers, the writers, everything, and then they hire a stunt coordinator. And then when they're looking for the stunt men, stunt women, they ask the stunt coordinator, hey, is there anyone that you recommend? And the stunt coordinator is the one who ends up casting all of the stuntmen. So that's
Oh,
why you have to like network with people, that's why you have to go to stunt gyms, meet people, because
okay.
those are the people that are going to get you jobs. So
So
yeah.
that sounds so cool. Oh gosh, that sounds like actual fun though.
It is. It is
I,
really, really fun. It's really fun. It's also really scary and like it really pushes you to your limits because sometimes like they'll tie you up to the wires and stuff and they're like, okay, now you're gonna run, jump, and do a backflip. And you're just like, okay. And you
But
have to like learn
but
to mind
if
over
you
matter.
already do like acrobatics or whatever like that, it just seems like it would be more of a challenge.
It is because the way that you do like wire work is nothing like how you do stuff on the ground. Like the way you do a front flip is completely different from the way that you do a
Oh,
front flip on the wires. If
how,
you try to,
how
if
do you find a
like,
stunt gym?
huh?
How do you find a stunt gym?
right.
For that, you're just gonna have to Google and research yourself around your area. Just look for like stunt gyms around me, around my area. Stunt work. Look for stunt coordinators and stunt workers and fighters in your area, and then typically like they will post whenever they're training at their gyms, and then you can, kind of detective your way through that.
Uh,
That's what I ended up doing. One of my friends ended up actually fighting at the place where I train, which is called Argus. And then I applied for like an open gym, and then I started meeting people, networking, showing up, and stuff like that. But yeah, the way that you do a front flip on the ground is completely different from on wires. If you try to bend forward, you're just gonna snap yourself, and you're not gonna flip. You're just gonna like flop.
I can
The
only imagine.
like a
Yeah,
bounce and then a flip.
exactly. The way that you flip on a wire is actually by maintaining your body completely straight like this, and your point of gravity has to be your hips. So to flip, you have to kind of do a plank movement like that, fully backwards. You
Oh,
can't,
you
yeah,
know
you
what?
bend forward like that because if the wire is here, you bend and then you're just gonna stuck rocking like that with your lower body.
It's
S- So,
similar to a trampoline.
Yeah. So you have to kind of, well, not even a trampoline, because with a trampoline,
uh,
you still have to jump and then fold your upper body. But if you fold your
yeah,
upper body on
I got it. I used to
You
do
have to
Yeah,
3
be
you don't
meter
like
athletic at
that one.
all?
platform.
yes.
I
Yeah,
did 3 meter platform diving. So that's what we did. We throw our hips up in the air from the platform because you don't have the springboard. So that's
yeah.
just a hard surface and you do it from your hips. You had to use your hips for your center of gravity.
Exactly. Because imagine this is the wire and this is you. If you bend
Uh-huh.
forward, your upper body's gonna go here, but your lower body isn't
Right.
moving. So you're just gonna
Yeah.
look like this. So you have to go
Yeah.
from your hips and keep your body completely straight. You cannot hinge yourself at all. You have to keep it completely
Yeah.
straight and
So
do a movement like
your hips are your center of gravity.
100%. Yeah. Lexi, I see your hands raised. What's up?
Do you have to be athletic?
Yes. Yeah, you do have to be athletic because you have to be able to carry your own body weight, and you obviously have to have some strength and endurance,
Dang.
because at the end of the day, you're still doing flips, you're still running off walls, you're still carrying all your own body weight, and there's also a lot of accidents that happen on set. So you're gonna have to dodge stuff sometimes to keep yourself safe. So, yeah, I would say you definitely have to be athletic to get into stunts.
Okay, good. Well, a good thing I'm athletic, so
There
that's
you go. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Elizabeth, I see your hands raised.
Uh, I was just thinking, I mean, just because you may not be fully athletic at this point doesn't mean you can't work towards that though, right?
100%. 100%, guys. Yeah, like if you're not athletic right now, you guys can train for like a couple months and you will be able to work on your flexibility, your mobility. That's what I would say you have to work on the most. Flexibility and mobility. When it comes to strength, you just have to be able to carry your own body weight more than anything. That's honestly the only requirement, unless you're like carrying heavy stuff, you know? But for stunts, you just have to be able to carry your own body weight. So what I did to train was I actually started taking pole dancing classes because whenever you're on a pole, you have to carry your entire body weight with your body. So think about like, listen, respect to all strippers. Think about strippers. They're one of the strongest people on earth because
One of my exes.
facts.
they have to flip backwards. They have to be able to go on their side to do all these tricks, hold on to the pole with only their legs, no arms. It's all upper body strength. You guys will not get a workout better than at a pole class. That's gonna tone you up in literally a month. It is really hard stuff. So if you can do pole, you can do stunts.
Sign me up. What about bike riding?
Uh, Hold on, I'm getting a couple hands. I'm gonna address everyone one at a time. Bob, I saw your hand was up.
Yes, greetings. I
Hello.
just want to hello, hello, hello. I'm glad to see your smiling face. And it's sitting in my kitchen. Can you imagine such a thing? Now listen. Now you're talking stunt work. Have you ever heard of the butchers?
No.
Uh, okay. All right. I just wondered about that. Like, I don't know how far they go, but I know that they're very local and they're quite renowned in Canada. And I just wondered if, with you going that down there, if they were ever working there.
I haven't personally met them because my stunt work goes as far as my acting work. The reason I got into stunts is because I got cast as a superhero in a movie. So I had to learn, like I had the option of, because here's the thing, right? Once you guys do a proof of concept or a pilot, you want to pitch something to get picked up by studios. If it does get picked up, everyone is fighting to keep their jobs. The director is fighting to keep their jobs. The cast is fighting to keep their jobs because once a project gets sold to bigger studios, then they might want to replace you with A-list celebrities and stuff to like get more name and hype around the show. So you have to prove yourself. So once I got cast as a superhero, my project got picked up for a movie for $60 million. And obviously I was like, holy shit, what if they replace me with Zendaya or something? This is a pretty big budget film and I'm the lead actor. Like my job is very much on the line. So in order to make myself more appealing, I trained in stunts. I learned how to do combat. I learned how to do wire work and everything. That way I went up to the producers and I was like, hey, if you guys keep me, you won't have to hire a stunt double. I can do all of my own stunts. And I showed them proof of it. So, and then I got to keep my job as that lead actor. So I don't like get booked out specifically only for stunt work. I'm an actor that does a lot of action and horror. So I got into stunts that way I can do all my own stunts. So yeah, I don't know a lot of stunt groups and stuff. The way that it goes for me more than anything, it's I get cast in a project and they cast me because I can do stunts. So I'm acting, but I'm also doing stunts.
Yeah, until you get old like me, and then you just wonder, how am I going to walk that far?
Paycheck. Until you see the paycheck. Then you see the paycheck, and trust me, from walking, you'll be running.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I've
There you
seen
go.
that happen.
There you go.
Amen.
Thank you.
Hi, your hands up?
Yeah. So what about bike riding? Is that part of like good stunt
Yeah.
training too as well?
Yes. Anything that's considered a stunt is anything that's like you're doing something more than just talking. So it can be bike riding, it can be skateboarding, it can be roller skating. A stunt can be something as little as just pushing someone. My first like stunt on like a official film that I did, I kid you not, was pushing someone. I just had to push someone in a bar. That's it. I didn't have to kick, I didn't have to punch, I didn't have to take anything. I just pushed them. And
What
that
do
was
you
considered a
guys-
stunt. And for whenever you're SAG and you're doing stunts, the minimum pay is $1,200. So for that push, just that one little push, $1,200.
What is the pay on
That's
water
amazing.
sports?
The pay on water sports, it's not really like different sports get you paid different amounts. It's more so what does the scene require. So if you're gonna be just doing a quick 5-minute scene, you're probably gonna get paid base rate. If you're doing a full series and you have to do like a crazy flip into the water and do a fight scene inside of the water and pretend to drown, drowning is another big one. If you have to hold your breath underwater for a long time, one, you have to have a lot of training for that, and two, you'll get paid a whole lot for that. So the more dangerous the stunt is, like getting set on fire, stuff like that, the more dangerous it is, or the longer the stunt is, like you're gonna get paid more for a 10-minute fight scene versus a 2-minute fight scene.
I see.
Yeah, that's where breathing comes in.
Exactly. A stunt is literally considered just running. Like I shot a TV series. We wrapped on a TV series last week. That's the one where I got smashed in the face. But and in that, and like one of the last days of shooting, we were doing a chase sequence, and we had to run down the street through a trail, through a railroad track, through a bridge, and through some stairs. So there were 4 running locations, right? And just because it was so much running, it was considered a stunt because it was very physically demanding. So,
would you guys consider like smoking a cigarette a stunt?
nah, that's just being.
Well, if you don't
Abusing
smoke,
somebody.
you know, that's kind of like asking somebody to run that doesn't run.
If they don't smoke, then they're gonna cast another actor that does.
You
That's
get
not considered a
kicked in
stunt.
class for
Sweet.
smoking.
Yeah, because like for example, if you're on set, just go outside for a little 5-minute break to breathe some air. I promise you're gonna see 20 people from that crew smoking a cigarette. So stick smoking, weed smoking, stuff like that isn't really considered a stunt. It's just something they do. And plus, whenever you have to smoke, they will never give you tobacco or weed or anything like that. They'll give you a substance that is safe to smoke. So it can be like a blend of herbs like demonia, lavender, rose, chamomile.
Cool.
They will give you like some
Lotus.
a prop that is healthy, unless you're comfortable with it. Like I've definitely seen actors that are like, I don't care, like just give me a cigarette. And I've seen an actor smoke an entire pack of cigarettes for just one scene. For me
Jeez,
personally, for me personally, I smoke weed. I live in New York City; it's legal here. But whenever I have to smoke on set, I just have them give me regular weed, or I'll just bring my own and I'll roll something up. Or for the most part, they'll bring me something. That's something that's very casual here.
What are some of your main like roles that you've gotten in the past like year?
In the past year,
Yeah.
I've honestly had to start writing it down because I'm losing track. Last year, I did 13 films and I led 9 of them.
Okay.
This year, I've done a TV series. I'm shooting a film end of September. I wrapped on a film in January, a feature film in January. I wrapped on a short in March. I feel like I just did a short too recently and it's slipping my mind.
So
I did-
now I guess I see why you're leading this class, right? It's new season edition. Obviously you've done pretty good. I don't know what you've been in, but
Yeah, you can
I mean,
Google me
kudos.
if you want. I am Googleable.
What's your name? I'll write it down.
Yeah, my name is Maria Carolina, Maria, and then Carolina spelled like Carolina, but with a K. So Karolina, Maria Carolina. And my website is mariacarolina.com. And they're, for a little background on me, for those who don't know me, I have won 14 acting awards at film festivals. I've been nominated for over 20. 9 of those awards were Best Actress awards. And got my bachelor's in acting for film. This is my whole life. I do this full time. I don't even work another job because I don't have time to work another job. Thankfully, amen. It took 6 years to get here. But yeah, I promise I am a reliable source.
Well, thank you.
No problem. Christopher, what's up?
Hey, so just out of your personal opinion, do you think people with certified personal trainer credentials could kind of have an edge over other applicants?
Yeah, 100%. Any physical training you guys have is going to put you a step ahead. And now this is just like some background tips that I give to anyone. Anything that you do, put it on your special skills. So if you played a sport, if you play an instrument, if you do any of those things, if you have any sort of certification, any sort of licensure and anything, tattooing, real estate, whatever it may be, put that on your special skills. Because if you want,
Third degree black belt in
you're
martial
always
arts.
going to have a step above someone who isn't certified or trained in it. And sometimes for certain things, it requires a certification. So let's say if you, Christopher, you wanted to get not only into stunt work, you also wanted to get into stunt coordinating. You could also have an opportunity to train for that as well and put that on your backing. At the end of the day, when it comes to stunts, certifications and training doesn't really matter as much as the physical knowledge. The reason that I say that you having a certification puts you a step ahead is because I know that you are well equipped in physical knowledge. You must be fit. You must have some training. So for me, when I hear, oh, I have the certification, it's not the certification that rings a bell for me. It's the training and knowledge that you have from that. Because when it comes to stunts, they could give a rat's ass what certification you have, what training you have. They want to know what you can do. So that's why
Right.
it's much different than any other thing. Because, like, you know, for example, acting, you apply to the job, you have your resume and everything. When it comes to stunts, they won't ask for your resume or anything for the most part. It's who do you know and can you get like put up for it. Like, it's super uncasual. Like, it is very like jungle gym type of situation. Like, it's all like everything is a jungle. Like, the way I get a stunt job is I get a call from someone that trains with me and is like, hey, we need someone that is 5 feet tall, Latina, to do a stunt. You available? Yeah, sure. Like, there's no manager, there's no agent, there's no application website like Backstage or Actors Access. There's none of that stuff. It's all very much who you know. So everyone has equal opportunity to get in, despite what certification you may or may not have. It's more so the networking you put into it and also how hard you train.
Well, I go by my motto, I could show you better than I could tell you.
Exactly. Lexi and then Stephanie.
So with the stunts, I know you're saying basically that's like a ladder to get you like, you know, where you want to go faster.
Mhm.
But my thing is, what is the percentage of people that get hurt while performing a stunt?
100%.
What percent?
100.
Oh,
100%.
what about,
Always get.
I mean, I don't want to ask the dark question, but you know, I'm not trying to lose my life, just trying to make it to the top, you know?
Of course. I mean, I'm going to show you guys real quick what my legs currently look like as a professional stunt woman. So, this is my leg. And you see all those bruises and stuff?
Oh,
That's all normal. When you are a stunt person, the best advice I could give you is carry a bottle of ibuprofen in your bag. That's the best piece of advice I can give you, because you're gonna get hurt, you're gonna get bruised, you're gonna get cut, you're gonna get thrown, because at the end of the day, like, when it comes to stunts, we're learning how to do stuff with minimal damage, but you're still gonna have damage. For example, I had to do a front flip, like there was a bar and I had to do kind of like a somersault, like a front flip over it and land flat on my back, but I wasn't like holding on to the bar. So I literally just jumped over the bar, flipped, landed on my back.
how much did you get paid to do that?
For that, I wasn't for a job. For that, the reason I did that was because one of the biggest stunt women who works she's like the lead stunt woman for Athleta, for Marvel, Cobra Kai. She's insane. And she happened to be in the city and she hit me up and she was like, hey, Maddie, do you want to train? Obviously, I was like, 100%, let's do it. I didn't have my pads because I lent it to a friend. So I was like, okay, am I going to get hurt and get the footage I need? Or am I going to miss on this opportunity to work with one of the biggest stunt women and prove myself and potentially get a lot of jobs? Because she looks just like me. So whenever she's double booked, she sends me the job.
Right.
So I just kind of bit the bullet and made the sacrifice and did all those stunts without pads. I even got slammed onto a wall that was made of rock, black, like back first and stuff. But even on the times that I do have like pads and that we're training, that we're on set and stuff, there's always going to be accidents. Like if you get hit in the head with a glass bottle, yeah, it's going to break away and you're going to be okay, but it's still going to hurt a little bit. If you're tripping and falling, yeah, you know how to trip and fall in a safe way, but you know, at the end of the day, skin is skin. You might get a little scab. If you're doing a stunt where you're jumping off a high surface and landing onto the floor, yeah, you know, you have the right training, which is you never want to stop yourself. You never want to catch yourself. You always want to kind of go with momentum and let everything go, because that's the trick to stunts. You want to leave your body as loose as possible and just take the hits. Because the second that you brace or tense or catch,
That's when you break something.
that's when you break. That's when you break something. So whenever I just had to do a stunt where I jumped off like a 15-foot wall and I had to like jump and roll. And for that, like, yeah, I did it safely. I rolled, there were mats and everything. But you guys still saw the bruises I got on my leg. That was from last week. So it's just one of those things. You're always going to get hurt when you're working stunts. Maybe not on one set. Maybe, you know, it's sporadic. The goal is not to get hurt, but you can definitely expect some bruises and scratches. And that's on a good day.
Excuse me.
So Maria, I have a question.
Stephanie? What is that Stephanie?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yes. Hey. So I see Lauren's not here tonight. What is your class called tonight?
So the class that I'm doing today is I'm taking over Lauren's. We're still doing the voiceover. So I have a lesson plan and everything and some scripts to get into that, but there's a lot of questions going on, so I'm gonna
okay.
leave
I just wondered.
Yeah. I'm taking over that. I have a lesson plan and everything, yep, for y'all. But I always love to answer questions whenever I get an opportunity to, because I don't know whenever you guys are gonna have the next opportunity to get these questions answered in a truthful way. So I'll leave questions open for another 5 minutes, and then we'll go right into the lesson plan.
What was your superhero movie?
My superhero movie, it's not out yet. So it's called Sparrow. I Am Sparrow. And we shot the proof of concept, I think 2 or 3 years ago. It got picked up by studios last year. We got our budget extended last fall, and we were supposed to enter pre-production this spring, and then the director's mom died. So he's taking a little bit of a break, a little bit of hiatus, and I'm fine with it because I've been really booked and busy this summer. So I'm hoping that we're not going to pick up till the winter, because that's not when I'm available again. But yeah, we're still in pre-production for that.
So do you need like backup people for that still, or
What do you mean backup?
like to just show up? Like, do y'all
You
need
mean
like any
extras?
replacement?
Like casting.
Yeah.
Whenever it's a smaller project, I can have my hand in casting, but this is a $60 million movie. I have no decisions in casting or anything like that. Like, I'm a pawn in this very big pool right now. So I can't really guarantee any opportunities for that specific project, but I do work on tons of other projects, and I tend to cast from my classes. My students can tell you that all the time. I just did a film with one of my students, and it just got into the New York Latino Film Festival. She's going to come here to New York to go to the red carpet and the world premiere for it. So I'm always casting from my classes, but whenever it's a project that's over $1 million, I have no say in that. That is, I got to keep my mouth shut so I don't get fired.
I just wanted to ask real quick. So when you said list all the things, the skills that we have, so resumes normally in the real life world is usually 1 page. Like
Yeah,
I'm
it has to be
65.
1 page.
So it still has to be 1 page?
Yeah, it still has to be 1 page, and I'm actually going to show you my resume so you can kind of see what that looks like.
I think I saw your resume. I was like, oh, I'm so impressed.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you always have to kind of make the decision of what projects are more important, because, for example, I maybe only have like 30 projects on my resume, but I've easily done over 100.
Yeah.
So, I only picked the most important roles and stuff like that, and then my special skills. And you can actually edit the Google Doc page so the margins are a little bit wider and lower, so you can add more text to your page.
Okay.
But you want to keep everything to a 1 page limit.
Okay. So that means that anything that you're doing, like we would put like regular jobs for us starting out that don't really have anything, like our life thing, like my CDL, my emergency medical technician, my diving, my swimming,
Yeah.
those things.
So
would be my
the way that I
skills.
would put it is you want to have a section. Let me share again. You want to have your film stuff here. If you don't have any film stuff, don't put any film stuff. And if you have theater stuff, you can replace it with theater. There was a point in time where I had half film and half theater because I didn't have as much film. And then once I got a bunch of film, I just threw theater out the window because that's not really something I want to do anyway. So I just have purely film here because that's my main line of work. And then you want to, for my case, I put awards, but if you don't have awards, that's fine. Skip this section. If you do have awards, make sure you put a link. That way people know that you aren't BSing them.
Okay.
And then education. Instead of awards, you can put accomplishments. So any major thing that you have accomplished that you're very proud of, maybe you won an award for something. I don't know. If you want to put any accomplishments, feel free to put accomplishments on there. Education, you want to put where you studied, all that stuff, when you graduated. Notice how for all of my credits, y'all, I have, for example, up here for the films, 2, thesis film, Logan, lead. You want to put what the project is, what it was, if it was a short film, an indie film, what it was, your role, if it was a lead, if it was a background, if it was a co-star, you want to put that all there. And then for education, you want to put where you studied, when you graduated, and for special skills, you just put all of that in here. So I put bilingual, horseback rider, Muay Thai fighter, combat, improv, stunt woman, electric guitar, sword fighting, licensed tattoo artist, professional dancer, makeup artist, pole tricks, fashion stylist, modeling, teaching, playing pool, anything that you can do. I just put it down there. And then I put some extra training down here because I studied a lot. So I just put it all there.
Okay. All right, that helps because when you don't have and not getting anything,
Yeah, of
it
course.
looks kind of sad.
Honestly, I understand where you're coming from, but I also want everyone here to keep in mind that the industry has changed a lot. And because of that, there's been a lot of new talent entering. So it's not really about the credits that you have in the past or if you've done anything in the past. So if your resume doesn't have a lot of stuff, that's totally okay too. New talent has just as much opportunity as seasoned talent. What I will say when it comes to your resume, don't dilly dally too much. Like don't put a bunch of irrelevant stuff. You know what I mean? Like if you won an award at a car show or something, don't put that on there. That has nothing to do with performance, with acting, with don't put irrelevant stuff. Only put stuff specifically in the acting realm because this is for an acting job. Your acting job isn't going to want to know, like, I don't know, you won your spelling bee in middle school, you know? So,
Okay.
Can I
Yeah, that
ask
type of thing.
about
uh,
pyrotechnics in your experience on film and sets? Is there much call for pyros? Like, I'm certified by Narcan for
wait, for what?
fireworks fireworks.
Yeah. That is a different, I honestly don't know how to get into that. For that, you would have to get in with crew. You would have to look into crew, into the industry stuff. That's nothing to do with acting. They will never look at actors for pyro because it's like, oh,
Well,
talent and you're trying to sell me fire? So it's
I'm
a
talking about special effects, like where they have explosions.
yeah,
Because
for sure.
even though I can make
That's a separate
fireworks go in the sky, I can also make a car go blow up.
Yeah, that's completely separate from acting job. You would have to, it's a
So
different way of applying, a different way of finding those communities. And I know none of that because I don't really work
ever
in
work
crew
with blow up people?
yeah, I'm not the person to ask for that one. Let's see, someone who I haven't said, Christopher, you have your hand up. Lexi, you have your hand up as well. So you too.
Hey, so what is probably the best way that I can get out of like a background extra and just like get up to even like having a speaking role? Like how can I get out of that background extra role and just
So
upgrade from there?
auditioning. It's literally just auditioning and getting a role. That's honestly the only way to get it. There's little weasel ways to get it, and I love a good weasel way because this industry is not fair, and I don't think you guys should play fair either. So when I say weasel, I mean you get roles by meeting people, by befriending people, by networking, by selling yourself. Honestly, by smudging the truth a little bit. Yeah, I did this project. Yeah, sometimes you got to do that. Like this is not a fair role. If you look at do you guys know how many major A-list celebrities lied about their resumes before checking online was a thing? All
I'm
of them.
not a good liar. I am a horrible liar.
Would trauma be a special skill for acting?
Working trauma?
No, I said trauma, like, because.
Oh, having trauma?
Yeah.
Surviving trauma.
Has it. Every actor has it, so no.
I know. That's what I'm saying is like, I feel like it could almost be a skill in the acting world, if you know what I mean.
Having trauma, it's not considered a skill. Every actor has trauma. That's just part of it. Every person has drama. I mean,
I'm working on mine every day. Exactly,
me too. I'm specifically a drama actor, so I understand it. So the tip I have for you is learn how to cultivate that trauma in a way that's going to propel your performances forward. Use that trauma to help you as an actor. Don't share it with other people because people might see you as an unstable actor and they don't want to work with unstable people.
Yes, ma'am.
Eric.
Yeah, one thing I was thinking about, I've been in the sound industry. I've worked in recording studios,
Yeah, so you want to get into sound mixing. For that, I would say there is stuff. So backstage, y'all. Backstage, there's a section of it that helps you apply to acting jobs, and there's also a section of it that is dedicated to finding crew. So if you have experience with sound mixing and stuff, I would say get on backstage, or if you guys want to get into anything regarding crew, get onto backstage and look for the crew opportunities. They're always hiring sound mixers, audio people, stuff like that. So that's definitely a way to get into it. And when it comes to crew, you work on one project, you meet everyone there, and you'll get called for the next one and the next one and the next one, because people love to pick from their own circle. So everything tends to snowball with crew. It's much easier to get into crew than it is to be an actor, like significantly easier. Is that the last question we have?
Yay!
Ah, beautiful. Let's get into the lesson plan. So today we're going to a little bit about, I see some here. Give me your contact email. I don't think I'm unmuted. Oh, Vanessa! Give me a second. You probably joined the class after I gave everyone...
I'm unmuted now. I'm good.
Okay, period. Let me make sure that everyone else
Thank
has
you.
access to talk. Everyone can talk here. Allowed to talk. There we go. There we go. Allowed to talk. All right, everyone has speaking rights now. Freedom of...
Freedom!
That's a scary
Good
thought.
evening, Maria. How you doing
Hi,
today?
Vanessa.
Hello.
Hey, Vanessa.
Hey, everybody.
It says, did you have a... I saw
No,
your...
ma'am. I was just letting you know that I'm here too. How you doing today?
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing great as well.
I'm doing well.
So today we're going to be talking a little bit about voiceovers. And I saw for the lesson plan, Lauren was talking specifically about back to school and Labor Day voiceovers. So does everyone here have some background on voiceovers, or are we starting from scratch? If we're starting from scratch, just unmute your mic and say scratch.
I'm starting from scratch.
Scratch.
I've done voiceovers before.
I love scratch.
Audio books and commercial.
Perfect. So when it comes to voiceover, let's talk about some basic stuff. When it comes to voiceover, the things that you need, the equipment that you need in order to get into voiceover, you're going to need a recording studio. And the recording studio doesn't have to be anything crazy. You guys want to know how I recorded my voiceovers back when I was in college? Using this blanket right here. I had a microphone, I got this blanket, I put it over myself like that, and I would record like this. Because whenever you're working on voiceovers or anything of the sort, you want to make sure that your sound is good, that there's no like crazy stuff going on. And if you don't have an actual sound studio or a closet, closets are good to record voiceovers in. If you don't have some sort of like semi-soundproof space like that, a nice thick blanket will work just as well. Now, what you do need is a good recording mic. A good recording mic, it doesn't really have to be that expensive. It could be $50 to $100. And honestly, I've put so much stuff on a payment plan. So $50 to $100, it can really just be $20 for 4 months if you put it in math, girl math. So you guys can just get a nice mic. You really just need a blanket unless you want to really seriously get into it. If you want to seriously get into voice acting, which I always think is a very fun thing to do, I think voice acting is one of the categories of acting where we have so much freedom and room to play. We get to do so much crazy stuff, because when it comes to film acting, it's all about keeping everything internal, keeping everything believable, kind of talking like this. You don't really want to do too much, even with your face. You want to make sure that everything's realistic, especially because whenever you're doing close-ups, if you do a big face like that, imagine that on a 70mm screen. It's going to scare everyone. So you want to make sure whenever it comes to film acting, everything's here. Voiceover acting, you have so much fun. And I remember even like whenever I would do like cartoon voiceovers, oh, those are the best, because you can use your body and everything, and you're talking like this, and you're doing this, and you do all these crazy things that no one sees, but you get to do. So I think voiceover is definitely where you get to play the most as an actor, which is why I think it's so fun. So like I said, all you need is a semi-soundproof space and a good microphone to record in, because a good mic is what's really going to sell that quality. If you really want to get like a good mic, I would say look for something that has noise compression, sound compression. Just that way you can, get really loud or get really quiet and make sure that it still picks up the audio. So you do want to have some knowledge on how to set what's called the gain on your microphone. So it's really not that complicated. It's just basically setting the audio to the right levels, because whenever you're whispering, you may have to set the gain a little higher. That way it actually picks it up. And whenever you're yelling, you can, turn on that compression, make it a little quieter. That way you can scream and you won't have like that scratchy, like, whenever it's, So you want to have some knowledge on how to set the gain, get a nice good mic. If you get a good mic, it'll do that automatically. So you don't even have to worry about like setting the compression and this and that and whatever. You just have a good mic that'll do stuff automatically. And the next thing you want to do
sounds great.
Yeah.
The face.
So after, you get your equipments and stuff, and you're also going to need headphones. Headphones, mic, semi-soundproof space, or a nice blanket. Outside of equipment, the next thing that's very important for voiceover acting is your warm-ups. Vocal warm-ups are extremely, extremely important in voiceover because you have to be able to enunciate and pronounce everything perfectly. You cannot mumble over your words. You can't eat up your words. You can't chew them, nothing like that, because all you're selling is your voice, and that voice is what's going to lead the entire commercial, So if we don't understand what they're saying, it's not going to sell the product. So warm-ups are super, super important. Some basic warm-ups that I like to do is, I'm going to do one by one. So,
Yep. Go up and down. Yep.
That was a silly warm-up.
Yeah, you want to do it with your range. So,
Yep. Yep.
So pushing stuff like that. And that is going to help you specifically learn how to push air out nice and consistently, and it's going to help work that diaphragm. Working your diaphragm is very, very important, not just for voiceover acting, but in performance in general, especially in theater, because in theater, you have to really project your voice so the people all the way in the back can really hear you. So working on your diaphragm is something very important. That's the most important and tool for any voiceover actor. Another good exercise you guys can do is, and honestly, instead of calling it another separate exercise, I'm going to put it like this. Here's a little adjustment that you can add to all of your exercises, all of your warm-ups, to just give it an extra push, right? Let's say that is feeling a little too easy, right? An adjustment we can do is lay down. If you lay down, whenever you do anything laying down, it is so much harder to not only breathe in and pull in a lot of air, but it's also much harder to push it out and do it in a consistent stream, because what really helps your diaphragm work out and stuff is not inhaling and exhaling very fast. It's keeping a consistent pressure whenever you're pushing out or pulling in air. So whenever you're laying down, gravity is working against you, so your diaphragm's pushing down, so it becomes much harder to push out or pull in. So any warm-up you do, if you do it laying down, it's going to be much more beneficial, and you're going to be working out your diaphragm on a much higher level. So that's a good one. Another one is tongue twisters. What is it?
Yep.
Peter Piper,
pick a peck a pick.
that stuff, right?
Yeah. Peter Piper picked a peck of
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, then how many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick?
Everyone clap.
Yay.
Hello.
Beef broth, oxtail, beans and bacon, asparagus,
I lost
tomato
it
soup,
halfway
potato
through.
soup, and vegetable with these.
Exactly.
Vegetarian will name them all if you are able. There are more than 30 different kinds of camel soup. More than 30 kinds. Delicious different kinds.
Exactly.
There is always more to try.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Yep.
Yes.
Sally sold seashells by the seashore. The warm-up that I always hated the most, because it would always twist my tongue. It's so simple. It's only 4 words. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Try saying that really fast, y'all.
Red leather, yellow leather, red, yellow, leather,
yellow leather,
red, yellow,
leather.
Yes,
Leather.
that's crazy.
I keep saying old yeller.
11 benevolent elephants.
And 11
11.
11
Vanessa.
11 benevolent.
tongue twister. Another fun one. And let's see, some other great warm-up to do is learning how to expand, this area over here, your neck, your vocal cords, and the space behind it. So, I need to clear my throat for this one. I remember when my college teacher did this, and I was like, he looks so weird, and now I'm about to do it and share the trauma. So, ready? You guys are gonna get a real close look into my mouth. Look at my uvula.
I see your tonsils.
Oh my gosh, how are you doing that?
I'm a little disturbed. I'm
about to like trauma bond with you.
Yeah, that was rough. I mean, yeah, we're
Saw
here.
that on
I'm
a
here.
movie.
Did that to me, and I remember I recorded on my phone. I was like, "What the fuck?" I felt like I had to like pass down the baton.
But it works though, right?
Yeah, and I hope one of y'all become an acting teacher and get to traumatize your class with that exercise too.
My mom
I
cleans
didn't
teeth,
record
so I'm not gonna say you look like I mean, you have a nice smile, you know. So yeah, that was weird.
They're fake.
But-
They're fake. They're fake. I paid for it.
That's
If my
porno.
family caught me doing that exercise, I'd be in a lot of trouble.
Exactly. But the reason that it helps is because whenever, and especially if you're a smoker, this one's a good exercise to do if you're a smoker, because you get a lot of phlegm, a lot of congestion in this area. So just kind of like, and the sound you're making is ka. So, and that's kind of stretching these muscles because your tongue, I'm sure all of y'all know, we're all adults here. Your tongue is super long. It goes like all the way here. So that exercise, you guys saw how my tongue was moving, right? It's exercising the very back of the tongue.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there you go. Your tongue goes all the way here. Your tongue is a very, very long muscle, and it's the strongest muscle in your body too. So
wow,
we work out all of this area. You know, we want to make sure we're warming up our vocal cords, everything. But our tongue is also very, very important to warm up. So we warm it up by doing the tongue twisters, by doing that caw to stretch the back. And honestly, you can straight up grab your tongue.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna mute now.
Acting is so silly, y'all. Like voice and movement exercises are so silly, but it all helps because you have to stretch all of these muscles, right? And all of these muscles are a lot more tense than we think because
True.
So think about how much we use these muscles and we stretch them. It's crazy. So you want to make sure you're really stretching so you can stretch your
ears
whole
fell off.
Stretch your mouth. Another one is grabbing yourself, like grabbing your chin like this. And you can feel it like be loose, and over time, the more you do it, you'll feel it get looser.
Yeah, they call that one the Jay Leno.
Exactly.
Man, come on.
I don't even know who that is, so I'm just gonna laugh. So I'm just gonna grab your. That's a great one. Also, just massaging these muscles back here and all the way to the back of your ears. So just grabbing up here, pulling all the way back, and just really stretching that out. Once you feel nice and warmed up, you can always do little vocal warm-ups if you want the all that stuff, right? I feel like y'all can kind of how to do that, right?
I, A, E, O, U.
Exactly. Yeah, all that stuff.
They say to do the wow sound, like
right?
Wow. How's it now? Wow.
You got my son doing the noises too now.
I'm wondering if you might have gotten into that pot before you got on here. Just kidding.
It's the best way to go to class.
Exactly. I will.
The thing is that I feel like people think that I'm high when I'm actually sober, and I'm just like
I felt that.
I'm more like
thank you. I'm glad I'm not alone.
Like I get hated on for I won't say hated on, but I have failed in the past because my humor is like my delivery. Okay, so I'm like, okay, maybe I'll get into acting, and they tell me when to be funny. No, I'm being so dead serious right now. Like,
and I mean this with so much love because I'm on the spectrum. Are you on the spectrum?
To keep the conversation short, no.
Okay, because
I'm ADHD.
Not with humor. Like for me, like there's been so many times I make a joke and it never lands, and I'm like, well, I thought it was hilarious.
Exactly.
Don't get that.
If you're like this sober, I want to
Oh.
see you after you've had
Whenever I smoke, I literally just chill. I'm very chill, quiet because I am on the autism spectrum. I was nonverbal until I was about 5 or 6 years old. So I have tics and stuff. And one of the reasons that I studied acting was because growing up, I struggled so much to not only communicate and express myself, but also to understand others. Because the way that I understand emotions and feelings is different than the way other people do. So that's why I started studying acting, and unfortunately for me, my autism medication really messed with my stomach, and it gave me terrible gastritis. So my brother, he has a dispensary in San Francisco. He's a doctor for weed stuff, and he has a lot of patients, and he put me on like certain strains to help me with my autism tics and stuff like that. So
That's super cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah, whenever I smoke, I'm very, very chill. The teeth are nice. Where did
it takes balls to say that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Oh, I said much crazier stuff. But
you're fine.
But someone asked me about my teeth. I got my teeth done in Colombia. I'm a professional horseback rider. I broke about 9 or 10 of my teeth, so I had to get fake teeth. I don't recommend it. The fake ones break all the time too, especially when you do stunts. I literally have a broken one here. See, this tooth doesn't have a veneer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, they look good, so that's all that matters.
All right.
You're welcome.
But all right, y'all, I have some voiceover scripts that I want you guys to actually read for me. And we're gonna, of course, only volunteers. I'm not gonna force anyone to read if you don't want to read. But I have some scripts here that I want you guys to go over. Now, there is some stuff I want you guys to keep in mind. Whenever we're looking at voiceover scripts, the first thing we want to pay attention to is what the product that we're selling is. And I say that because the way that we speak is going to change drastically depending on the product that we're selling. So I'm going to use Lauren's examples for the day. Let's talk Labor Day versus back to school. Can anyone tell me what are some characteristics they think of when they think of voiceover commercials for back to school stuff?
Target commercial.
Yeah. What are some characteristics that voice sound to you guys?
Retail stores like Walmart and Target.
Yeah, not stores. What do you guys notice about the voice in the acting, though?
They're
very hyped up.
Happy.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, get hyper.
Very enthusiastic.
Beautiful. Exactly. Now tell me what the voice sounds like when you think of a Labor Day commercial.
Party time.
More laid back.
Yeah, chilled for like
excited.
A barbecue kind of
I'm thinking excited.
To get
like there's
away.
something big coming.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. So for this class's sake of example, we're going to say that whenever we think of back to school commercials, we think of exactly that, the very happy, exciting, bright voice, get ready to come back to school, notebooks are going to be 20% off at Target. You want a very happy, uplifting voice. And then for Labor Day, we're going to do something a little different, and we're going to stick to the examples of more chill. Although I understand the excitement because everyone loves a day off, but a lot of times when we think of Labor Day, we think of like a vacation, a break, something more chill, like maybe it'll be like what's that island, like Sandy Island, something like that. Sandal. You guys know that commercial I'm talking about?
Sandals Resort. Yeah, all inclusive.
Yeah, so like think about like a Labor Day commercial. It's like Sandals Resort, come get away and drink out of a coconut and surf at Sandal Resort. You want like something nice and chill, right?
There's a movie too. The movie Couples Retreat. I think about that. Like that. The commercial, like not the commercial, but the slideshow they gave them, and it's like "Welcome to Eden," and they're like, "Nah, man, like count us out."
Exactly. So that's what I mean when I say whenever we get a voiceover script, we want to think what the product is, because that's going to make a big difference. If we're selling something for back to school, we want to market to, kids and parents and exciting, energy, bright, stuff like that. And then when we're thinking Labor Day, we may want to market a little bit more towards adults going to a getaway, relaxing, take a day off work, stuff like that.
I have a question.
What's up?
What kind of commercial do you think would match like an actor, like a voice actor such as Morgan Freeman? Like what commercial?
Do anything.
I know, but I'm saying, so like to you, what was your first thought when you hear Morgan Freeman is doing a voiceover commercial? What commercial is he doing right now?
Whiskey.
What? Whiskey.
Whiskey, that's a good one, yeah.
He does storytelling as well.
Yeah.
Like, he did a storytelling on the Bible.
Or a Kindle ad.
That's cool.
I think you can tell a Kindle ad very well because of that nice voice.
There was a funny one where he did a car commercial and he is the voiceover, and then it pans to him and he says, I might do this as a voiceover.
Exactly. So I'm actually going to share my screen. Well, before I do that, can I get 2 volunteers?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Amanda?
Yeah, why not?
I will.
Beautiful. Amanda and Scott, you guys are going to be my first 2 volunteers.
Yikes.
No pressure.
Oh, I can't see it.
Alrighty. So this is the lesson plan that I very quickly drafted up for y'all.
Could you share that with us after the class?
Oh, I can't.
Yeah, feel free to email me for it. What I will say is bear with me because I've been super, super, super booked all of this month, and I'm going to be booked for September as well, so I do not know how long it's going to take me to get back to my emails. But
it's good to be busy. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Hey, baby.
I
usually do a screenshot or I take a picture with my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't. Yeah.
Amanda, I'm going to have you read right here.
Right
Practice copy A, retail. I'm highlighting it for you.
Yeah, here it goes.
Back to school reads, that one?
Yeah, right here, where it says, I want you to do a voiceover example. So this is going to be a little commercial. New notebooks, fresh sneakers, one very long supply list. Whatever the first day brings, get ready for it all in one stop. That one. So I want you to take a little deep breath and remember what we talked about back to school, where we're thinking nice, bright energy, but still soothing, enunciating, pronouncing all of your words. Feel free to take your time with it. And whenever you feel ready, action.
New notebooks, fresh sneakers, one very long supply list. Whatever the first day brings, get ready for it all in one stop and get everyone out the door feeling ready.
I love the energy, a very, very, very bright energy. I like that. Keep that like, woo! But my note for you is I want you to slow down. Okay, so I want you to imagine not only this line, I want you to imagine the commercial that's going along with it. So feel free to take some pauses. New notebooks, fresh sneakers, one very long supply list. So whenever we're thinking about voiceovers, we want to make sure every line sounds a little bit different than the last one, right? If you've been in any of my previous acting classes, and whenever I do scene study more than anything, we go over beats. Beats is something that is just, beats and actions are applicable to everything. So when I say beats and actions, whenever it comes to scripts, like for film, you only have like 2 beats per page. When it comes to voiceover, you're going to have like a beat every single line. Because typically, whenever you have a scene, you have pages of dialogue to build this whole thing. But whenever you're doing voiceovers, you only have a quick little line, maybe a couple lines to kind of sell the whole story. So you want to add all those pauses. So for example, new notebooks, and I want you to imagine the notebooks. Fresh sneakers, one very long supply list. Whatever the day brings, get ready for it all in one stop and get everyone out the door feeling ready. I want you to add some stops, add some pauses, make every line feel original. And I want you to, whenever you guys are selling anything, and especially for, Amanda, you a girly now, so I want you to imagine, you're talking to one of your girls, right?
What?
Fresh sneakers.
I just want to say, wow. Sorry, I live in the country. You'll have to excuse me.
No, you're so good. You're so good.
And Dolly Parton passed away, y'all. I'm upset about that.
Don't remind me, please. Don't remind me, please. I can't. I have not been able to cope. Dolly, a second of silence for Dolly, everyone.
Yes.
Indeed.
We like that. Thank y'all.
Of course.
Watching over all of us.
May you be singing it up in heaven. But yeah, so we want to think of, I want you to keep that very bright energy, but I want you to take some pauses between the lines. I want you to really imagine the commercial. You say the new notebooks, I want you to imagine the notebooks. And then the fresh sneakers, imagine the sneakers. One very long supply list. So find new ways to say every line and make it a little you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So whenever you're ready, action.
New notebooks, fresh sneakers, One very long supply list. Whatever the first day brings, get ready for it all in one stop. And get everyone out the door feeling ready.
Much better adjustment. There you go. Now I'm feeling like you're selling this. I'm feeling like I want to go get some fresh sneakers and notebook in one stop.
I'm gonna kill you real quick. Tim Curry passed away today too.
I'm my Rocky Horror Show legend. I can't. I know it's been.
It was late last
It's just
night.
a jump to the
Come on,
bomb.
y'all are trying to make me cry.
Now we got to do a second of silence for Mr. Curry.
A minute.
Man. All right. Everyone shake off that grief and let's get back into school.
All right.
Some Jurassic Park.
I want you to read it one more time for me, last final time. And now the adjustment I have is you took that note for the saying these 3 lines. Beautiful adjustment. I love it. You took your time with them. I saw, I could see the commercial going by as you were speaking, and you found unique ways to say every line, which I really loved while still keeping it kind of in the same realm. Now let's workshop the second half of it. I want you to feel free to add a little bit of a longer pause over here, right? So over here, you named your first 3 products, and now I want you to imagine those 3 products on screen, and now this is going to be your big selling line. Your big sell line is what you really want to put the most emphasis in, right? Because over here, it's kind of like teasing the audience. This is going to be your sell line. Whatever the first day brings, get ready for it all in one stop and get everyone out the door feeling ready. So the second that you say those 3 lines, I want you to switch beats.
Okay.
Whatever the day brings, and I want you to really sell it. Whatever the first day brings, get ready for it all in one stop and get everyone out the door feeling ready. And remember how earlier in the class I said the beauty about voice acting is that you don't have to worry about silly faces or expressions. Feel free to get into it because all of that is going to really push that voice out of you, you know? So feel free to get into it. Like whatever the first day brings, get ready for it all in one stop. I always make silly faces whenever I'm doing voiceovers and stuff because the voice is unnatural. This isn't how actual people talk, you know?
Yeah.
Real people don't actually talk like this. This is it's stylized. Voiceover is a stylized version of talking. So feel free to get into your body and into your movements and stuff like that. And that's why whenever we warm up, we want to warm up our voice, but we also want to warm up our bodies. I didn't get too much into body warm-ups because I knew we wouldn't have enough time. But warming up your body is just as important as your voice because even though your voice is your main instrument in voiceovers, your whole body is what's going to push this forward. Since you're not talking in a normal way, you can't really do everything standing here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm just no one's going to buy a product for me if I'm just like this.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
if I'm like, it sells. So feel free to get into it and have fun with it. You know, that's the beauty of it. Voice acting is so much fun. That's the number one thing I want you guys to do. Have fun. Make the silly faces. Do the silly movements. It's not only gonna feel great, it's gonna sound great too. So let's do one more read of it.
Okay.
Take a little deep breath. And whenever you're ready, action.
New notebooks, fresh sneakers, one very long supply list. Whatever the first day brings, get ready for one stop. Get ready for it all in one stop. And get everyone out the door feeling ready. I made a mistake.
It's okay. And y'all, this is just for future reference. If you guys ever make a mistake or anything, don't even worry about it. Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going. Especially just in class. If you are recording something and you're actually going to submit this, feel free to end it right there and restart it. But since we're just workshopping stuff, you're not actually selling the product. What I care more about is the delivery, not so much the lines.
So did it sound okay?
It did sound beautiful. I was actually going to ask you to do it one more time. That way, you know, you can kind of do the whole thing.
Okay.
Action.
New notebooks, fresh sneakers, one very long supply list. Whatever the first day brings, get ready. It's because my phone is so small. Get ready for it all in one stop.
Let me zoom in and start over. I want you to feel good about it. So don't even worry. Let's try it again.
New notebooks, fresh sneakers, one very long supply list. Whatever the first day brings, get ready for it all in one stop and get everyone out the door feeling ready.
Period!
Yeah!
Awesome.
Taste it. Good job.
Great job.
Yeah, I
Right
definitely
on, right on.
Are we all
Like,
getting
have a little
to the fresh
community going
notebooks or
on.
what? Like, everyone gather together. We're all gonna hit that one very long supply list together. We're gonna buy those new notebooks.
Amen.
Yeah, I'm getting some new stinkers now.
Exactly.
Oh shucks.
Well, I just bought some new notebooks.
Exactly. We're all on Amazon now. Like,
It's a
so
good
that's
day. It's a good day.
that's very beautiful. Beautiful adjustments, Amanda. Incredible. Love to hear it. And now, Scott, let me get one up for you. We're gonna do a Labor Day for you, Scott. Right? That's your name. Oh, did I say the name wrong? Because that'd be really embarrassing. No, I didn't. Okay, it's Scott.
Is that right? Is it? Yeah. Okay.
All right, Scott. So think you're experienced in voiceover. I'm not going to give you too much. I hate over explaining. I hate when people over explain to me. So just think Labor Day, nice chill vibes. Take your pauses, take your beats, and whenever you're ready, action. It's going to be this one right here.
Gotcha. The Labor Day event is here. Save up to 40% on select favorites through Monday. More time off, more room to save, but only for the long weekend.
Good job.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Nice.
I love your voice. I really want to play with your voice now, right? So this is honestly just for me, right? I feel like this is a great place to go. The only main adjustment I would say is opposite to Amanda, I would actually like you to pick up the speed just a little more.
Okay.
It was a very, very good cadence. It's just the tiniest millisecond faster. But now the adjustment I'm going to give you for fun because I think it's going to sound so cool. I want you to make your voice a little deeper for this one, right? I want you to conjure up your Morgan Freeman. I want you to sell, let's see, save up to 40% on select favorites through Monday. So let's say that you are selling spa treatments at a resort. And you're selling 40% off select treatments through Monday, right? So I want you to have your voice nice and low, nice and smooth. The Labor Day event is here. Save up to 40% on select favorites through Monday. More time off, more room to save. You know, I want you to kind of, because you have such a nice voice, I want you to just put it a little lower. And I want to just see what that sounds like, because I feel like it's going to be really cool.
Okay.
So yeah, whenever you're ready, action.
The Labor Day event is here. Save up to 40% on select favorites through Monday. More time off, more room to save, but only for the long weekend.
That was so fun. I love your voice. Your voice is so fun. I see that you play the guitar, so I know you make music. You have a great voice for it.
I'm a professional banjo player, been in the Hall of Fame, and I'm an entertainer and a singer.
Wow.
So,
no
No way.
Have a gorgeous voice. When I heard it, I was like, I know you can push it a little lower. Those vocal cords sound warm.
He's playing with us, guys. He can actually speak very well.
Yes,
He's
he can.
awesome. He's
my dad
awesome.
was an English teacher.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Super, super cool. So I think that was beautiful, y'all. I think we're going to leave that there because it is 8:04. But I hope you all enjoyed today's voiceover class and also that little Q&A about stunt stuff in the beginning. You guys are so lovely. I love spending time with you guys. Thank you so much for being here and for the awesome energy you guys brought to class today.
Thank you for being here too.
It was good seeing you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
I'm going to put my email in the chat. So you guys can feel free to reach out to me. And I'm also going to put my website on there as well. MariaCarolina.com. And then MariaCarolina.com.
Not to be cheesy, but I pray you said you've been nominated for like 20 awards so far?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you've got a few more next time I see you.
Hopefully. Actually, I don't know if I'm at 20 or 21 anymore. I honestly have to check IMDb. I don't know. A lot of I I learned whenever it comes to film festival stuff, they don't really tell you that you won stuff. Like, you
Right.
have to either check online, and like the only way that I keep track of it is on IMDb, which is like the database for actors. All official stuff is put on there. So like festivals, since they're official things, they have direct links. So I just
IMDb.
IMDb.
IMDb. I'm putting it here. IMDb.
Got it.
Wait, you said in the
I
chat.
think you've
I'm
done
not
a
getting
lot of
Can't
anything.
see
stuff
anything
and
in
never.
the chat
Q&A. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
on the Q&A.
What if you've done a lot of things and never
Oh.
got any
You can't.
thing on IMDb except for one listing?
Yeah, that's because when it comes to IMDb, you guys don't control what's on there. Like, it's not like Wikipedia. It's not like you can be like, okay, I'm gonna add this here. Like, the only people that add stuff on IMDb is the employees of IMDb who look at all the movies that are being released, all the stuff, all the festivals.
Producers?
No, like employees of IMDb. Like, it is like an
That's
official.
owned by Amazon.
Yeah, it is an official database. So
What is the name to our portal again? Is it just 9.com or
99.
okay, like 9 and then the number 9.com?
You can go to 99 virtual workshops to find the workshops, and you can go to 99 login. It's the word 9 and then 9.
Got it. Because I was wondering, I know I made my profile, but like, I'll be honest, y'all, I have not been back to that page since making it.
But yeah, when it comes to IMDb, like I was working and acting for like 3 or 4 years before I got my first IMDb credit, because it's like a lot of student films and short films, indie projects don't get put on IMDb. Every blockbuster movie is on IMDb because it's typically higher ranked stuff. So if you guys have done smaller projects before and it's not on IMDb, that's totally normal. It just means it was probably a smaller project, and that's why they don't have it there, because the IMDb it didn't really cross the IMDb employees' radar. But yeah, so if it's okay, what I'm trying to say is it's okay if you guys don't have any credits on IMDb. It totally happens. I have at least 50 credits that are not on IMDb. It is completely normal. But once you guys do any SAG project, any union project, any project that makes it into a festival, like some sort of official thing, whether it's a distributor, a festival, as long as the project makes it into an official organization of some sort, it'll automatically be put in IMDb.
What if you're just doing work for a small indie?
Then they probably
and commercials. If you've done commercials that have been,
I don't think commercials are IMDb territory. I think IMDb territory is only film and TV.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I still can't see your email on here.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
Post a pin. Sorry. And whenever I do my Zoom classes, I do it in a webinar setting, or meetings, but everyone has the cameras on and chat and Q&A does not exist. So this is the only time I ever use the chat and Q&A section.
If you'll say it, I'll type it in the chat.
I actually just figured it out, so I got it. There we go. Can everyone see that?
Yes.
There we go.
Thank you.
No problem. But yeah, it's so annoying. I don't know why the camera on webinar style doesn't really have a Q&A or a chat section, but these do, and I'm like, why? But
You man.
But that is my info right there.
We're wonderful. Thank you so much.
Of course, no problem at all. Ramonda, you have a question?
No, actually, you fixed it. I see it now. I didn't see it at first, but I see it now. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you.
Bob, do you have a question? I take that as a no.
I have 1,000 questions. Okay. It's all right. I have 1,000 questions. I will get in touch with you and at least make a small list of the first ones. But thank you very much, Maria. You're amazing. You're weird.
I have a question.
Thank you. I take that as such a compliment.
No, but you're good. You're very good at what you do.
She's not weird. She's gifted.
She is
Very much.
Honestly,
She's exceptional, exceptional, exceptional.
When you first started,
EXC.
how many workshops and everything did you have to go through before you went off to set or anything?
Yeah, so my journey was kind of I studied at the summer program at the New York Conservatory of Dramatic Arts for the summer. And that I was about 16 years old when I did that. It was my sophomore year of high school. And then it was that summer. And then I got back to Florida, and my junior year, I was like, you know what? I actually want to graduate this year. And I forged my parents' signature on early graduation documents. And I applied to New York Film Academy. And I ended up graduating a year early behind my parents' back. And I remember the day they found out was when I had my cap and gown. Thankfully, it was COVID, so it was Zoom. So I just showed up with my cap and gown. I was like, hey guys, turn on the TV. I'm graduating.
Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious.
That
I
is.
don't know, but I'm super Hispanic. So in Hispanic culture, it's very, very, conservative. The parents are very strict. They don't really like the women leaving the house until they're a little older. So
Right.
I was 17 years old, and my mom was like, what the fuck do you mean you're graduating? Oh my God. It was my parents disowned me for like 3 months. And it was crazy. I got accepted into college, and I ended up moving away, and I very much created a strategy for myself, right? And it's possibly because I'm very autistic, so my brain is very much very logical and strategic whenever I think of stuff. So what I decided to do was I understood that first impressions are extremely important when it comes to this industry. And I also understood that casting directors and the higher ups in this industry, the higher up they are, the more of an asshole that they're going to be. And it really is true, guys. I cannot tell you the disrespectful things I've heard from huge people. Like, seriously, like, I kid you not. I remember one time there's this group chat that I was in for like actors in New York, and I was casting for something. So I was like, hey, looking for this role, and I went through the contact list in the group chat, and I messaged one of the guys that was on there because it's an actors group job. You would think that everyone there's an actor looking for jobs. So I reached out to him. I was like, hey, I have this gig, and it was for a big movie, mind you. It was for a really big movie, so big that the guy that I messaged, it was his friend. And when I told him, he was like, you should have said that it was for his project, and he would have shut the fuck up real fast. But I reached out to him, and I was like, hey, we're looking for this actor, and your look really matches it great. And he goes, do you know who I am? You will be reaching out to people like this. Do you know who
Gosh.
like that? And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean any disrespect. I just saw you in the actors group chat, so I thought maybe you were an actor. He was like, no, I just cast my own projects.
What a jerk.
Fucking deal, buddy.
Well, as I
Go
heard,
kiss my ass.
Yeah, dude.
Directors.
Yeah, and it was crazy. And it turns out, like I said, the project that I was trying to cast him for was actually his close friend's project. So if he knew what the project was, he would have shut up. But
I'm sorry, but that's kind of funny.
it's just that
Karma.
the people in this industry are very, very entitled and obnoxious and arrogant, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. And the more money they have, the more they're going to shove it up your ass. So I understood that at a very young age. So I didn't want to make a amateur first impression on anyone. I did not want to have nothing on my resume and show up for a lead role on a major network series, because I knew they would laugh at my face and I would get blacklisted. And once they already have a first bad impression, they're going to tell all their friends, and then that's it. And how do I know that? Because I'm a casting director, and I'm also a producer / director. I've done everything in this industry that you can imagine. And whenever someone rubs me the wrong way, not only do I blacklist them, I tell my friends to make sure that they don't work with them either.
There you go.
Wow.
That's just how it is. And now, mind you, and that's because whenever I'm on projects, I run a strict program. If call time is 3 p.m., you better be there at 2:59. If you're 20 minutes late, time is money. I don't want to work with you again.
Right.
Like, sorry. If you show up to my set and you're a diva and you're giving people a hard time and you're off my set. So or for example, a very big one is like, and I've talked about this before, but like, whenever I put out like roles for like black actors or Hispanic actors, and then a white person auditions, I blacklist them because I'm like, that's so disrespectful. Like, this role isn't for you, and these minorities barely have an opportunity to work, and you're trying to steal their role for them. Fuck. So
Wow.
behavior, homophobic behavior, all that stuff. Not only do I blacklist, I will tell my friends, and they will blacklist as well. And that's literally just how this industry works. because we do not have time to spend on people that are going to make people uncomfortable, that are going to spread hate, we don't have time to deal with that. We really don't. So it's like the second we see that red flag, you're out.
So it's about the cohesiveness of the project. If everybody gets along, it's gonna go out, it's gonna work well and everything. But if you got somebody rubbing like sandpaper, that sandpaper gotta
Who
go.
wants to go to work and have a shit time?
Exactly.
Who wants to go to work and have shit time?
So that's
I work because I love it.
Yeah, and that's just the way that goes. Or for example, there was an accident on set when I got smashed in the face with a bottle. There was one of the things was a little accident, and the accident was that the actor in front of me who was supposed to take the hit dodged. So instead of him taking the hit, the guy next to me went right around. I'm over here, and smashed me in the face.
So it wasn't even for you.
No. I just said I just say it's intentional to avoid a bunch of questions that come afterwards. But since class is over, we're all staying here on our own time. I don't mind saying a little more of the story. But yeah, that was an accident. And that's the thing that happens in stunts. Accidents happen. So that guy who dodged that hit and got someone, me, hurt, I don't want to work with him again.
That's simple.
Because he was supposed to follow directions.
Exactly. And do you guys know how hard you have to hit someone with a fake breakaway glass bottle for it to break skin and bleed? You have to hit someone extremely hard for it to make someone bleed. And I was fucking bleeding. So
it was 10 pounds of pressure.
Yeah. So I remember when I started, I understood first impressions are a very big thing. I do not want to make a bad first impression on anyone that could potentially open a door for me. So I stayed radio silent and off the radar for 2 years. I didn't apply for anything that was not a student project, because student projects are the projects that have the most leniency. Y'all can literally show up with no acting experience and fuck up a million times and you're going to face no consequences because it's a student project. You're not getting paid to do there. You're getting paid in pizza, probably.
Hey, pizza, all right.
But until you've worked 50 sets and you're like, bruh, I'm on a 14-hour day, I need protein. Fuck your pizza.
But some of those student roles have been very good for my
student
my
projects are great, y'all. Like, I'm
appreciation.
not trying to shit on them. Like, student projects can be extremely beautiful projects, but what I'm saying is that it's an amateur project, so you can make mistakes and not get in trouble. That doesn't mean the project isn't going to be good or not. It means that they're learning, and they know that they're learning, and they expect you to understand that they are learning, and that means
And
you
then
can
they get
also
work later.
Just
Then
boost
they get
their
work
experience.
later when they get
practicing
positive.
in a student
practicing in a student environment is the best place to practice, because you don't have to worry about necessarily getting blacklisted by a bunch of students that are 18 and 20 years old, So, when you guys are beginning, definitely do student projects. That's what I did. For 2 years, I only did student projects. Why? Because I wanted to gain on-set experience. I wanted to understand how filmmaking works. I wanted to understand how an actor works on these sets. And I wanted to gain experience on my resume. And then I also wanted to get footage for a reel, because what's more important than an actor's resume is an actor's reel. And if you guys don't know what a reel is, it's a 1 to 2 minute clip highlighting your best moments as an actor. That's what directors see. And a director can tell if you're a good actor or not, or anyone can tell if you're a good actor or not within the first 10 seconds of your reel. So you want to make sure that it's a good solid reel. So I did a lot of student projects trying to get footage for my reel. And the thing about the student projects is that sometimes you won't see the footage back, because sometimes they're not happy with it and they don't want to show it. At the end of the day, it's a risk you run when you're working with students. Stuff can go wrong. They don't want to release the film. I have done so many student films, I never got to see them. They never sent them to me. That happens all the time. So out of the 100 student films I did, I only saw like 40 of them, and I only liked 8 of them. So stuff like that happens, but it was what I needed. I got the footage I needed to create a reel. Once I had a reel, I had some experience, I had some stuff on my resume, I started applying to small budget stuff, to small budget indie films, micro budget films, stuff like that. And then the more footing I got, the more I started going out there. The more awards I got, the more I started applying. So the way that like I got into those bigger roles, it wasn't just, oh, I want to wake up today and be a lead actor. No, it was a whole strategy.
Get that together, huh? Yeah.
Yep. And it wasn't until this year that I actually started making it, that I full blew like balls to the walls. Last year, my manager was like, Mari, let's start putting you out to bigger agencies. Let's apply to bigger projects. And I was like, no, not yet. Hold. And now I was like, we're good. Run. And I've been booking. because
Congratulations.
thank you, thank you. But it's all really hard work and strategizing. You know, like before I put myself out there, I wanted to network with a lot of the producers. I wanted to get my name in the industry before I started applying to stuff. That way, when I did start applying to stuff, they were like, "Oh, I remember her," and then they bring me in. So that was part of my strategy as well. Networking with a lot of casting directors, producers, directors. Every single set that I stepped on, I got everyone's Instagram. I talked to everyone. I made a personal connection with everyone. Meeting people and getting my relationships settled was honestly the first thing I did, because it really does help. You know what I mean? Like, for example, me this year, I have a close friend who works with Warner Brothers Apple TVs. He's a very big producer that works with them. And could I have started applying to jobs last year? Yeah, cool, but I wouldn't have had his backing. This year I met him last year, but this year him and I became really close friends. So now whenever I apply to big stuff that he happens to know of, he backs me up and I get the roles.
They say it's important to socialize yourself with people that are in the industry.
Yeah.
I heard a tip that they said that when you go to an audition, sometimes they look at you whether you, like in the lounge area and everybody's waiting. And as I read before, that if you're sitting there, like not wanting to communicate with other actors that are there, then they kind of look at that to see whether or not you actually, you can't think of yourself, you're better than them.
No. Yeah.
And when you socialize with them, they see that. And that's kind of like one of the main things they look at as well.
Yeah, staying humble as an actor is one of the most important things, because people are already assuming that you are going to be a diva. They already assume that the talent is going to be a diva. Careful, don't get them hurt. Careful, don't do this. Guys, when the guys hit me in the face with the bottle, the producer almost cried. He almost cried. And I kid you not, and then I was like, hey, you guys got lucky. I'm a stunt woman. I can do this. I can take this. But with another actor, they would have gotten sued, bruh. And that's why he was But yeah, so whenever it comes to talent, they assume like you guys are like made out of glass. You're super frail and you're also super stupid. That's how they
please. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's how it is. Like they're like, oh no, don't explain to them that we gotta switch this light and stuff. They don't understand lighting. Just tell them that they need to wait 10 minutes. That's very much how it is in the industry, right? So they will talk down to you a little bit and stuff like that, but and that is why your attitude has to be super important. That's why it's so important to gain knowledge, to educate yourself about not only the acting world, but about the film world. If you guys want to get into film, you guys should understand what a gaffer is, what a grip is, what a key grip is,
what are those things?
Associate producer. Exactly. That has to be a whole other class.
That's a whole other.
So it's okay.
That has to
I'm
be.
gonna say goodbye.
No, thank you for saying that. I'll look it up.
Yeah,
I'll look it up, but
key grips are the people who design the lighting for the production. Gaffers are the ones who actually put up all the lightings for that. Associate producers are people who put in some time but not that much money into the project. Executive producers are people that only put money into the production more than anything. Regular producers are the ones that are running the whole show. Like, there's so many different working pieces to this machine. You guys need to understand all of those pieces, because the more knowledgeable you sound, the better. Guys, I kid you not, I've been on set before and I've Googled specifics about the camera that they're using, so I can go up to the camera guy and be like, hey, this is a Panavision Millennium 5, right? And then I talk with them and I bond with them and they're like, wow, you know that? And I'm like, yeah, I do. No, the fuck I don't. I did before, that way I can connect with these people, network with them, and also hey, I know what I'm talking about, and you gain their respect. So strategizing.
Thank you.
Knowing about this stuff helps so much. But yeah, I love you guys all. I am going to end class here though, because we're 25 minutes overtime. But when's my next class? I think it's on Sunday, right?
Yes, it is.
Beautiful. If you guys want, on Sunday, I can leave it open for a Q&A situation as well for the first 30 minutes or something. Unless a lot of questions, I don't mind dedicating it to that. So whatever's more useful for you guys. So feel free to make a list of questions if you want. Make a list of questions, bring them on Sunday, and I will try to get through as many as I can.
All right. See you at class on Sunday.
Huh?
I'll see you at class on Sunday.
Perfect. I will see you all on Sunday. Take care and have a lovely rest of your night, guys.
You do the same. Stay safe, sweetheart.
Thanks, Maria.